Good morning, dragonflies. How's everybody doing out there? Is everybody flying high? I hope so, guys. We got a lot of great things to start with. First of all, just some, you know, good news in the world, or light news, I guess. A beef farmer had a honey taste test with 4 kinds of his honey because the bears kept coming in and stealing the shit. So, he put on bowls and he promoted his stuff, which is a great idea. And I guess the bears have expensive taste because they always picked the Anzer honey first, which is the most expensive of his 4 kinds. So I guess bears got expensive taste. I guess that's why Pooh Bear was always running around looking for the shit, because, he probably found a lot of mediocre honey. And he was just looking for the good shit. So, Anzer honey, that's the one. The bear's choice, right? So, I'm still pushing for this Pepsi sponsor thing, once I grow more, but right now I'm just trying to be like, hey, Pepsi, you want to make me your bitch, I'll do it. I'll get a Pepsi tattoo. I'll decal my car Pepsi colors. I will, do whatever you want. Pepsi, please hear me out. And we got Pepsi and Coke here because, we're all about seeing both sides of things here. Some people like Coke, some people like Pepsi. But, I keep my Pepsi up here because, I'm a Pepsi guy, right? I ordered some new glasses. It feels like every time I get new glasses, it's like a new phase in my life. So, here's to the next stage. They'll be in like 7 to 10 days. Little throwback. This was my first pair of glasses, and these bitches are thick. Your vision gets better over time, but these are a lot thinner, and it could just been the time era, but you can only guess the fucking names I got called in these things. It wasn't cool to have glasses then, but now everybody wants to wear glasses. Guess what? You don't get to. I went through the hard years of glasses, alright? There's people that wear glasses with no frames in them just to look cool. You didn't go through it, so don't be doing it, alright? So let's talk some new television. I think my favorite new late night show, which is on Comedy Central, is Lights Out with David Spade. It's easily one of the best new shows because it's about the comedy. It's not about pushing some fucking agenda. Seth Meyers, who I still like, but jeez, fucking Christ, oh my. This guy's been going for, 3-4 years, every single night talking about Donald Trump, so congratulations on talking about the same shit fucking everybody's talking about. And yeah, David Spade obviously definitely deserves a show, and he gets 4 comedians or so, and they just sit and make us laugh. That's what it's for. It's not supposed to be some political agenda. That's why I really just say Jimmy Fallon. As far as NBC stuff, Jimmy Fallon's better because Jimmy Fallon is here to entertain, make us laugh, and get us away from all this bullshit, Also, Sadly, you know, Conan's on TBS. He's down to a half hour now. But Conan will always be my top guy forever. I mean, he's inspired me just in everything. And he's got, you know, got so much wisdom and caring and loving. And he's a good guy. And, you know, I'm not saying they never talk about Trump, but because he's the president, you know, it's headline stuff, but it's not the theme of the show, it's not the leg they stand on. In NBC stuff also, the first game of the NFL season for week 1 is actually on NBC, so great job, NBC. It is the Packers-Bears, Thursday, September 5th at 8:20. And, you know, I said I was going to give NASCAR a fucking shot, right? So, I got, NBC is showing the Brickyard 400, September 8th at 2 o'clock. So, I'm going to try to watch that, right? And here after this, I'm probably gonna go try to buy a NASCAR game. And I also got this Dale Earnhardt Jr. book, and you know, I'm gonna try to read a chapter a day. And you know, only reading the first part so far, I already see that it's not as easy as it looks. There's a lot of skill, risk, and stuff that goes into it, so you know, we're learning, alright? Trying to be better here. Trying to expand our fucking mind, right? So, we're gonna get into today's State of Redemption. Alright. Today's State of Redemption is New Mexico. Now, New Mexico, people just think, oh, it's just a New Mexico, you know? Fucking old-ass Mexico's down there, and this is just the new one. But, there's a lot more to it. It's one of the most beautiful, diverse states, really, in all of America, and definitely one I would want to visit someday, but, you know, because I'm up here. It's all the way here. But it's not impossible. If I was ever to get to Kansas, I would go right over here. Our last state was Kansas. Give it some redemption, okay? So someday maybe we can put all these states together, form a path, and, you know, make some content out of it. So some great things about New Mexico. First of all, it has the White Sands National Monument. Now, this place looks beautiful. Unlike really any other place you can see around, there's really nothing like it. And it's in southern New Mexico, 15 miles southwest of Alamogordo, which is right here, so it's probably about right there. It is the site of the Trinity Site monument, which is where the first atomic bomb test happened on July 16th, 1945. So, you know, it really is just a plaque, but it's about what happened, okay? You see Billy the Kid's tombstone, you know, one of the most famous rebels, outlaws, Billy the Kid. And I read there's some controversy about if it's actually his burial or his body there. But, I mean, that's what it says. Now this is something, a big misconception is there's no snow in New Mexico. Well, there's actually a lot of ski resorts. From November to March, they're open. And actually, the average snowfall for Santa Fe is 9.6 inches. So that's not no snow. That's quite a bit. And you know, if you go up into the mountains, they average 111 inches of snow. So there's plenty of room to snowboard, okay? We got the Sandia Mountains, mountain range, beautiful. And would you believe this? Santa Fe is the highest elevated capital in all of America. People think Denver is, because it's called the Mile High City. Guys, I think they're just the Mile High City because... No, it's actually because the elevation is equal to a mile, I guess. But Denver's elevation is 5,280 feet. Santa Fe's elevation is 7,199, so it's the highest state capital. And weed ain't even legal there yet. You know, there's not just desert. There's pine trees, wildflower fields, forest, sand dunes. And guess what? Santa Fe was founded 10 years before the Pilgrims landed at Plymouth Rock. It's the oldest capital dating back to 1610. So there was people there before us. Always keep that in mind. This sounds like a bad thing, but 75% of the roads are unpaved. So I guess you gotta make your own path there. But, you know, it's because it's the 5th largest state. So, with not that many people and it being so large, there's not a lot of reason to put a lot of roads there. But that's just more of a reason to go and get lost in the beauty. I mean, the architecture there. I mean, there's no other place like it, really. These buildings have their own style and very, very unique to their area. The largest hot air balloon festival is held there in October with 500 hot air balloons in Albuquerque. I mean, can you imagine seeing 500 hot air balloons in October in New Mexico? That'd be unbelievable. Like, seriously. Where's it at? Okay. So, we have a list compiled of famous people with a lazy eye. These are 10 famous people that have a lazy eye that you wouldn't have really guessed. And it's something I've always felt self-conscious about, but, you know, my glasses fix it for the most part, or they do completely fix it when I have them on. It's only when I take them off, but I'm always wearing my glasses because I can't see. So it's really not a problem, but none of these people wear glasses. But, you know, I have no intention of getting rid of my glasses, honestly. I don't want contacts. And I'm not doing fucking LASIK surgery. I'm not doing it. So, first, Alicia Keys has a lazy eye. Guys, I never even realized that. Her beautiful music and personality really outshine that. So, Alicia Keys has a lazy eye. Heidi Klum has a lazy eye. These are all good-looking people. Kristen Bell, Dax Shepard's wife. I shouldn't say that. She's done her own stuff. She deserves her own reputation. Kristen Bell has a lazy eye. Katy Perry has a lazy eye. I like Katy Perry, I guess. I think she needs to find a new rhythm with her music, really. But you know, she's good. Zac Efron has a lazy eye, dude. I never would have guessed. Zac Efron has a lazy eye. Ryan Gosling has a lazy eye. Man, I never even noticed this on people. I mean, it must not be as big of a deal as I think it is. And shit, these people don't even wear glasses. I wear glasses, and you know, I still act like it's a problem. So Paris Hilton has a lazy eye. Never would have guessed that. And this is a cool one. Abraham Lincoln has a he had a lazy eye. But you know, he wasn't a lazy guy. He did that whole, you know, slavery stuff. So that was good. And the guy who I like from hearing him on different podcasts, Topher Grace, who played Eric on that 70s show. I've been calling him Topher for a long time, and literally just today I'm realizing his name's Topher. So Topher Grace has a lazy eye. These guys are all beautiful. All these people are beautiful people, and they have great shining personalities, and maybe that's why we don't notice their lazy eye. So those are the great people with lazy eyes, and there's a lot more. Those are just the people that I felt were interesting to talk about. Okay. So I know what to play for this one. This one's called Country, which I don't know what kind of country music this is. But we're talking about 90's country. Now, you know, I'll admit, I think the main reason I feel so connected to that is just from growing up with it. There's really nothing else quite that gives me that feeling, and, you know, it's not even like missing the past, it's just good times, good thoughts. Just makes me feel very, very happy, and pretty much growing up, the only music I knew up until like 2005 or 4, literally, like I'm not even kidding, I was so sheltered from music just because that's all we listened to, and I was too embarrassed or shy to like try anything out. But in 2005, the first song I remember liking that wasn't country was Dreams by The Game, because I would literally go to the BET station and be like, oh, I'm just watching it as a joke. But you know, I liked it. So Dreams by The Game, and then it all just went from there. That's when I, you know, really got into Kanye. And I'd say I didn't listen to another country song. I mean, I ignored it for 10 plus years. And, you know, once I got older, I finally came back to it. And was able to listen to 90's country without feeling like I'm being sheltered or whatever. So yeah, 90's country is so similar to like 80's rock. It's so similar, really. You know, you can't. It's. I think it's technically really called honky tonk music, but that just sounds fucking racist. Honky tonk. But hey, we're honky tonking up in here, okay? I seen a new band on the Today Show, and I actually seen them on Jimmy Fallon too, called Midland. They're the closest thing to, you know, that 90s country feel. Because all this fucking new stuff is like pop, snap, all this bullshit. It's just not. I mean, you might as well just call it pop music. It's not country at all. I've seen a report from the NBC News that says health officials in Milwaukee advise people to stop vaping immediately. Now, I know I'm smoking a cigarette, so crucify me, but 3 years of daily vaping, this girl was on there in like a fucking coma. So, you know, my grandpa lived to be like 70, and he's a daily smoker, or was, and my other grandma's still kicking it, and she was a daily smoker. So hoping I get some of them smoker genes, I'd feel lucky. Okay. The last thing here is we have a new Dragonfly, and he left a comment. He or she, excuse me if I say this wrong, Melapellis. Left a comment on my Hillary Clinton video where I said, you know, she was hot back then. Well, I said more than that, but just to sum it up. He said, yeah, I'd hit that too, back then and now. I honestly wouldn't now, you know. But back then, oh my, I'd say up until probably the 90s. Hell yeah, bring it on. But yeah, you know, she's fucking like 75 or something else. So, whoa. Maybe it's not that old, but too old for me to fucking be interested. Guys, thank you for watching. You know, we're all about not being ashamed of who we are and just being ourselves, you know? So, this is to turning 26 soon, alright? Thank you, glasses, for all the character and lessons you taught me. And, you know, learn to love your flaws, because that's what makes you who you are. And nobody else can be you except for you. So, take that with you guys, and, you know, live free. Just be who you are. Alrighty. Guys, take care. Alright. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye.